Ivy was the kind of woman who moved through life like a quiet melody, present, beautiful, but often ignored. In the high society circles of their city, she was known as the perfect wife. She was the one who ensured Henry's shirts were crisp, his dinner was organic, and his reputation remained spotless. But inside the walls of their penthouse, Ivy was a ghost. The haunting had a name: Linda. Linda was Henry's female best friend from college. She was loud where Ivy was quiet. She was demanding where Ivy was supportive. For 5 years of marriage, Ivy had lived in the shadow of this friendship. Henry claimed it was platonic, but the evidence told a story of emotional adultery that cut deeper than any physical affair. The disparity was most evident on their anniversaries. For their 5th year together, while Ivy was 6 months pregnant with their long-awaited miracle baby, Henry had come home with a large, heavy box. Ivy's heart had leapt, thinking it was perhaps a sculpture or a piece of art for the nursery. Instead, it was a high-end kitchen blender.
You've been looking tired, Ivy. Use this to make those green smoothies. It'll help you keep your energy up for the baby.
2 days later, Ivy found a receipt in Henry's coat pocket for a 2-carat diamond necklace and the latest iPhone. She saw the necklace that evening, not on her own neck, but on Linda's, as they sat together at a business dinner. When Ivy asked about it, Henry snapped, "Linda helped me close a multi-million-dollar deal.
Linda helped me close a multi-million-dollar deal. It's a performance
Don't be
bonus.
so small-minded, Ivy.
It's just jewelry.
It's just jewelry." To mend things, Henry booked a private boat trip. He claimed it would be a time for them to reconnect before the baby arrived. But when they arrived at the docks, Linda was there, wearing her diamonds and a designer bikini. "Henry was worried I was overworking," Linda chirped, stepping onto the boat as if she owned it. Ivy felt a cold knot of dread in her stomach, but she stayed silent. She was used to being the side chick in her own marriage. 3 miles off the coast, the weather turned with a ferocious speed that caught even the captain off guard. A rogue wave slammed into the side of the vessel, tilting it violently. The engine stalled, and before a distress signal could be sent, another wave capsized the boat. In an instant, the world turned upside down. The warm sun was replaced by the crushing, icy weight of the ocean. Henry, an expert swimmer, surfaced first. He gasped for air, looking around the churning debris. 10 feet away, Linda was screaming. Her diamond necklace caught the stray light of the storm as she thrashed wildly. She couldn't swim, and the weight of her panic was pulling her under. On his other side, Ivy surfaced. She didn't scream. She was fighting a different battle. She was clutching her pregnant belly with one arm, her face pale with the effort of staying afloat. Her eyes met Henry's. There was no anger in them, only a desperate, primal plea for the life of their unborn child. "Henry!" Linda shrieked, her hand disappearing beneath a wave. "Save me, please!" In that split second, the perfect husband vanished. Henry didn't look at his pregnant wife twice. He didn't think of the years she had spent building his life. His body moved instinctively toward the woman who fueled his ego, not the woman who built his home. He lunged for Linda, grabbing her by the hair and pulling her toward a floating piece of the hull. He didn't look back. Even as the current pulled Ivy further away into the gray mist of the storm, he was focused on Linda's gasping breath. Henry told the Coast Guard that the current had taken Ivy instantly. He wept at the press conference, a broken man who had tried his best to save everyone. For a month, he played the role of the grieving widower. Linda was always there, the supportive friend who eventually moved into the penthouse to help him cope. But the ocean has a way of returning what it takes. Ivy had been found by a local fisherman, clinging to a life ring 3 miles down the coast. She was hypothermic and battered, but her baby's heartbeat remained steady. She didn't go to the police. She didn't go home. She went to a lawyer. 1 month later, Henry hosted a memorial gala for Ivy, a hollow event designed more to repair his image than to honor her. The elite of the city were there. Linda sat at the head table, wearing the blue diamond necklace that had almost cost her her life. Just as Henry stood up to give a tearful eulogy, the heavy oak doors of the ballroom swung open. The silence that followed was deafening. Ivy walked down the center aisle, She wasn't the quiet, humble woman they remembered. She was dressed in a sharp, blood-red suit that accentuated her pregnancy. She carried a gift-wrapped box. She walked straight to the stage, the clicking of her heels the only sound in the room. Henry turned white, his glass of champagne shattering on the floor. "Ivy," he wheezed. "It's a miracle." "No, Henry," she said, her voice amplified by the microphone on the podium. "A miracle is what happens to good people. This is a reckoning." She placed the box on the podium. "You gave me a blender for my birthday because you wanted me to be useful. I'm returning it today because I found a much better use for my time." She opened the box. It wasn't a blender inside. It was a tablet. She pressed play. On the giant screens behind her, the footage from the boat's black box security system, recovered by the salvage team she had hired, began to play. The entire room watched in horror as Henry deliberately turned his back on his drowning wife to save his friend. The footage showed him paddling away while Ivy disappeared into the waves. The social death was instantaneous. Henry's investors walked out before the video even finished. Linda tried to hide her face, but the cameras were already everywhere. Ivy leaned in close to Henry, her voice a cold whisper that the microphone caught for everyone to hear. "You saved the diamond, Henry, but you lost the gold. I hope she's worth the empire you just watched burn." Ivy walked out of the room and into a new life. She took half of his fortune, his dignity, and his future. Henry stayed with Linda, but without the money and the prestige, their soulmate connection soured into bitterness within weeks. He realized too late that a man who chooses a side chick over a queen eventually finds himself with nothing but the ruins of his own making.